101 Part-Time Jobs is the name of the game. If you're listening to this, you probably know how difficult it is to get a job to cover the bills. Indeed Flex is a simple app that covers that with temporary and flexible work available when you need it. I spent my whole 20s going job to job, feeling guilty when I left a role to go travelling or playing music. I did retail, delivery driving, bar work. And it took me years to realise that feeling of guilt wasn't necessary. Looking back, it was because my only options were working at places that made you feel like you should work there forever. Indeed Flex is designed for people looking for temporary and flexible work that fits around their schedule. You just download the app, have a quick interview, and you're ready to go. There are thousands of shifts on the app, so you can pick and choose the ones you want. No messing around, no lengthy CVs and cover letters. Just start earning. With the holidays fast approaching, if you're looking for more funds, head to Indeed Flex to find your next temporary role.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
101. When I was younger, I didn't get into clubbing. I was going to like gigs, and you know what that's like. It's like 7:30 turn up, 10:30 finish. But I never stayed out later than that. I never had that kind of ecstasy, physical or feeling thing as a kid. But I realise now, especially after like going to Glastonbury and going to that part, the naughty side of it, it's like, oh, this is a completely different way of experiencing music. Like you feel it, that like repetitive thing of like jungle, maybe a bit of drum and bass. Yeah. That's what I get from your tunes.
Oh, cool.
Well, I think it's cool you say about like jungle and like dance music, electronic music. It's definitely where we, at least, I mean, we all were into like rock bands and stuff when we were, or like guitar music when we were younger and stuff. But I think that's where we kind of crossed over and made this band. I think was like being definitely into like jungle and stuff. I was actually listening to it loads on the way drive here. Just I know it's like we watched that film Steve last week. It was like loads of jungle in the soundtrack, which is class. But I know it's nice to be in London and be like listening to very London music of like 90s jungle. But
did you get jungle in like Dundalk?
There was a bit, yeah. There still is a bit, but like
I mean, there's jungle everywhere. I'm not like making
no, but there was like lads
like
playing. There used to be like nights in the Spirit Store, which is our like local venue. There was like in the downstairs in the small room in the back, which was called the kitchen. Lads used to play like jungle records in there and have like a dance. But
do you remember that moment? Like, did you have that conversation between you where you were like, okay, we like guitar music, we like MBV, we like all the good stuff, but there's also this electronic world. I don't know, mines that come to my mind is like Daniel Avery. Yeah. You know, producers who mix that, who marry that light and that shade with, actually it's more shade really, isn't it?
We only found him recently actually, but
yeah, we only found Daniel Avery recently. Yeah. Elaine Howley sent me Daniel Avery actually. But
who's that? Sorry.
Oh, she sings in Altered Hours, and she also has a solo project that's really good. But we kind of like the same melodies, so if she finds something she thinks I like, she'll send it to me.
It's a good friend to have.
Yeah, very good. But I don't think it was a conversation we had as such. I just think we were also into that alongside it, and we just kind of wrote, like the first few songs we wrote were probably more like rock influenced, but then we kind of, the electronic influence started creeping in the more we wrote.
Are you the kind of band that, did you hole yourselves up into a room and like play the songs over and over and over?
I think when we started, like we were all kind of either working or in college, and it was just a weekend thing. We'd meet up and write on the weekends, and then whenever we started recording Wednesday, it'd only be recording on the weekends. But like probably we'd hold ourselves up in your room and write songs.
We listened to them a lot as well. I remember actually we were writing demos and stuff. We just like, because we'd be going to college in Dublin at the time. And so it'd be like an hour and a half in the morning and an hour and a half on the way home, just be like listening to our demos. Yeah. And then listening to other music. Either listening to music, just listening to music in general, but sometimes we'd just listen to like whatever we'd been working on for the whole day, like the songs we were writing for Wednesday, and kind of just it was nice because it's similar to what you're saying about the jungle thing, or like writing songs and like getting that kind of meditative, like getting really inside a track, or like, you know, if you're dancing, you kind of feel like you're inside the track on a big PA or whatever. But it's kind of the same thing on going on the bus and just listening to like the same 3 songs on loop for like an hour and a half. You start to just find all those little tiny like places, like bits you can like push, or like things that, you know, little tweaks that could be brought in, or like stuff that needs to get pulled out or whatever. So
there's a lot of dedication in that, because no one teaches you that. I mean, you're a teenager basically deciding you'd rather hang out with your friends and make music all weekend rather than, I don't know, whatever everyone else is doing, like go to Oceana or All Bar One or fucking Weatherspoons or whatever. Do you remember that period of time where you were like, okay, yeah, actually this is the coolest thing?
Well, I think we're kind of lucky in the sense that all of our friends were all making music as well. So that's how, it was just the normal thing to do, was to play gigs on the weekends and
you're
write
get better
songs
that way as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's the environment really in Dundalk, whatever.
Yeah. And you got
massive group of,
Mary Wallopers, Dundalk.
Yeah.
Loads of different stuff.
Yeah. Wallopers. There was loads of different bands, and as I say, like the DJ nights and stuff, there was like a lot of people playing like electronic music, dance music, and like different stuff. But such a small town, like it's like 50,000 people or something, or 40,000, and but the kind of center of it was like music. For us, football and music was like it's the 2 main cultures in the town. But
music's obviously a huge like traditional thing in Ireland. I mean, in England as well, but just not in the same way. I mean, like I think in most like England's so conservative, obviously, and like you go to small towns, if someone picks up a guitar, someone's probably gonna shout something rude at them. But I feel like it's not quite the same in Ireland. Do you think that's got more to say in the way that you've grown up, being like, oh, you know, music is like a like an honourable, valid thing to do? You know, whether you're playing in the pub, playing the classics, or whether you're playing on a festival stage.
I think people definitely have like respect or like space for people to be musicians and stuff, but I think there's still that element when you're younger and like you walk around or walk around town with a guitar, you're definitely getting abuse, or like not abuse, but you're definitely getting a few like words thrown at you here and there. But I think it's like I think Dundalk's where we came from anyway, was a small town, and there was a big like punk kind of scene in the 80s, or like as much as, you know, there was a lot of, the music scene was punk in the 80s, I suppose. Yeah. So that kind of hung over into the 90s and into when we were younger as well. There's like those generations of like grungers, or whatever you call it. Yeah. In Ireland.
And punk is like an attitude, right? I mean, it sounds like cringy almost to say, but it's like, it is like a do-it-yourself mentality.
In Ireland, like we always just at the end of the night or start singing in pubs as well. It's very, very normal.
Yeah.
You might get the odd person to shut the hell up, but say shut the hell up, but most of the time it's you shut up and then you listen. Yeah.
Do you get thicker skin doing that?
I mean, you can't even wear a leather jacket in Dundalk without someone being like, a nice jacket. Really? You know, it's all right jacket. Yeah, it's just like, but yeah.
What are some Dundalk colloquialisms? What are some Dundalk like local phrases?
My favourite one is rat dog.
Okay.
So you say, we rat dog, yeah. And it just means, I don't know what it means, but to me it means like, I just think it's more, like call someone a dog, that's pretty harsh. Call someone a rat, it's kind of harsh, but rat dog is kind of like, I don't know, it's just a bit cheekier or something like that. It's not, it's kind of, you'd say it to your friend, you wouldn't say it in an insulting way.
You wouldn't got hit. I like that there's levels to that, different types of dog.
Yeah.
I can't even think there's loads. That's true.
I was just hearing someone was telling me if you I mean, obviously this is all stuff like large, like swathes, large paintbrush strokes, but in Scotland, like mate is maybe like a bit of like an aggressive way. But where I'm from in northwest London, it's like mate is like,
people say kid in Dundalk, and it can be vicious or it can be friendly. I think you'd be like,
if you say it to someone who's older than you, they're going to be like, who are you calling kid? But like you just say well kid, like well, you'd say in Dundalk you say well, like you wouldn't really say, well, you can say hello, people do say hello, but well is the Dundalk greeting, I think. Well. Yeah.
It's like in America and in the States, if you're like, are you all right? People are like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
There was news recently that Ireland is going to give some grants to musicians.
Like basic income thing.
Yeah. Do you know about that? And how does that change your lives?
Well, they've been trialing it for like a year or two, I think. I remember when it first came out, the trial, and it's like a lottery thing, so it's kind of like random, you get picked. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna apply. Like we've been lucky to get a good bit of support from the government to go on tour and stuff. So or the Culture Ireland, they have like funding and stuff for bands to go and tour. So
yeah, you can tour abroad and say, yeah. As you're saying.
Are they quite big applications? Like, do you kind of need to know what you're doing? You need advice?
Ask my manager.
he's like a application wizard.
Yeah.
Grant wizard.
When you think about your time being a band and like the logistics of actually doing it, I mean, writing the songs is one thing, but actually being able to travel and like, cross your T's or whatever, like book the flights, just all of that stuff. Like, how do you think you've done it? Are there a few ways it's just like, okay, if this wouldn't have happened, then there's just no way, we would have toured?
We were like first couple of years the dole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
God bless Universal Credit.
Yeah, thanks for that. But
Get it back to you, swear.
yeah.
But yeah, well, sorry, I'm interrupting here,
No,
but
you're fine.
bit of context. We just did an episode with Nish Kumar, and he's talking about how the Beatles, but also like Stuart Lee, like, those people are on the dole, and to varying levels, they've paid that back, thousandfold.
Yeah.
And there is sense in that, isn't there?
Absolutely.
That's why the basic living wage for artists makes sense, because if an artist can survive and have money to survive, then they're gonna give it back if from their art, from
it's like, it feels impossible to be to try and just dedicate yourself to doing art without an income from an external source. I think Albini said that, which was cool. It was like I think he said it or someone said it. It was like if someone asked him his advice for like, trying to earn a living from making music, and he was like, if you just separate a wage, or if you separate your like monetary needs from like your art, then you'll be like a happy artist.
Yeah.
So like, if you just separate them, which is a difficult thing to kind of do, because it's like, how do you put all your time into making art and also make an income somehow around the edges? But it's kind of just the way it is. But yeah, I think having some sort of, I mean, like we got, as you said, a lot of funding from Culture Ireland and stuff, which is class, and like without that we would be sunk a few times.
I kind of as soon as I started doing bar work last year, and actually it made me way better at writing songs.
Really?
I think because I'm the type of person that benefits from taking a step away from it, and then I'll finish it in my head when I'm like walking around or and yeah.
I imagine the pressure is real, because it's like, this is the job, this is what I'm trying to do, but also it comes from an emotional place, and you can't change the tides of your own emotion. I mean, you can try, but you can't really control when that like inspiration or however you want to call it comes.
I think it's like you just have to kind of show up, or whatever people say. Yeah. Like you just have to go, and try just be present and try and write as much as you can, and then hopefully stuff will happen. But yeah, it's difficult when there's financial, like when you're in a dire financial situation and you're trying to go, I'm just going to ignore that and write music. It's like, it can be tough, but
life
you just have to kind of be pig-headed
way.
about it as well, and just kind of.
Yeah. Have you had, when I think about people who, I mean, no one starts off as a professional musician, right? So you start doing this thing, it's like a hobby, and you get into it, and at some point there must be like a kind of turning point where you flip the coin, and it's like, no, this is my job. I identify this as my job. Has that moment come for you yet?
I don't know really. I still kind of I like when I got the job in the pub, I was like, I finally got a job, even though I had just been touring the world for like a year, and work like, it's very long days in this when you're touring and all, so you feel like you've been working a lot, but it's still in my head. I'm just like, I don't know. It's fun. If it's a job, it's the best job in the world.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. So like, you're doing all this like amazing stuff, you're releasing a third album, you're like touring, like people love your band, you change the day with your music. you don't feel like it's like it's a job. And when you go to a bar job, that does feel like a job.
Yeah, maybe I just need to change my perception of what a job is in my head.
Right. Yeah. I get it though. I think it's related.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you feel like writing feels like more of a job, I think, when we're in a writing period than touring. I think touring feels like not real life, like getting to play shows and people show up to them and be living in a van or whatever. Yeah. It doesn't feel like regular life. But I think when you're like at home, isolated from playing music outside of your own practice space or whatever, and just waking up every morning and being like, today I'm going to write until I stop. It's like, that feels like a job in a good way. Like it's like you're putting in a shift or whatever.
Or you could go home and like make yourself some nice dinner, or like you can do what you want either side of that. Yeah. You've toured a lot. I have only managed to see you once, which was last week at Hoxton Hall 2 weeks ago. I mean, that was a gorgeous venue, and it makes me think like, I mean, we were talking earlier about garage and drum and bass, and those the bricks and mortar where those places happen often are a lot different to like the rock music venues. It makes me think, there's probably it could probably cost a lot to do it in like an amazing, fancy venue each time, but if it suits the music and it suits the experience.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about putting on this or having something that feels like, I don't know, it's just about that night or whatever, and not trying to make everything be like financially profitable. It's like sometimes it's just cool to do a thing and for it to be good for, to have it like a thing there. Yeah, but I think we've talked before about trying to play more, or like we've often tried to play more like club settings, like dance music club settings. I think it suits the music more, and it feels like where the music is in my head a bit more, like coming from.
It's the experience of it.
Yeah, it feels nice to be. I think we have played anywhere that feels more like a club. It has always been my favorite kind of experience. It's like,
are you good with the late nights? Can you do late nights? I mean, I suppose those shows a lot of time the curfew there at it's like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember playing a late show in Amsterdam before in Paradiso. I think it was at like 2 a.m. But we arrived there at like
6 in the afternoon or something.
No, we didn't. We arrived there at like 10 or 11 in the morning. So we were just in the venue all day, just being like, still like what? Like, 12 hours to the show.
We actually watched everyone go to the gig and leave by the time we played.
Yeah.
The crowd came and left.
Like, conducive to like being in the moment, is it?
Yeah, it was like an all-day festival kind of thing, But yeah, it was funny because then by the time we played, everyone was just away on.
Yeah. But people who stick around, I think they either really enjoyed it or really didn't enjoy it. But they were definitely having extremes of an experience.
101. With 101 part-time jobs and the funny job side of it, I mean, a lot of it's sort of sad, funny. Schadenfreude funny. You worked in was it a candle shop, Katie?
It was candle shops. It was this. It's called Sealshire Candle Company, and it was like we made them in the office. It was just me and my boss. We made them in the office. We sold them from the office. It was It says we say that candle bit, it seems like a big kind of factory or whatever, but it's a small business. And
how did you make it? How did you do that?
I can't give away those secrets now.
Trade secrets, yeah. That's everybody making candles.
Chance in my arm.
I don't want to flood the market,
But they're all organic.
You're doing it illegally. You're doing it underhand, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very easy. Yeah.
It's a good smelling job.
It smelled so good after it. Like every day I smelled so good.
Yeah. Do you get headaches? I mean, I get headaches when I walk into those places.
That's the non-organic.
Yeah.
I've been
butane or whatever it's called.
Thick skull.
What's the stuff that's in candles? It's like nasty.
The paraffin. Paraffin.
And the like cheap candles or whatever. That's what gives you the...
And like non-natural scents or whatever. Yeah, it was kind of like a all-natural place.
I mean, it's great for all the vegan stuff they do, but Lush isn't quite sort of... you can smell it from a mile away.
Like, I miss when you could go into Lush and like spray stuff on yourself. I feel like...
Yeah. Did they change that?
Well, no, but they're just always there, ready to like... You're like, you right?
Claire's Accessories next.
Yeah.
Have you done much retail stuff? I mean, speaking of Lush and Claire's, I mean, those are two places that hire the alternative person.
I worked in a sports shop. My brother's the manager, so he got me a job there.
Come on.
Selling runners, making sure trainers.
Oh, yeah.
We call trainers runners in Ireland. That kind of thing. Yeah, I liked it because my brother was my boss. So yeah,
he could let you off a little bit.
I worked in an outdoor pursuit retail shop, whatever it's called, outdoor or something, selling like selling like rucksacks and hand warmers and all that stuff. And I only lasted like 3 weeks because I read the rota wrong like 3 times and came in on the wrong day. And then I think also the first day I came in, it was like my first day at work, and I had like, I think I'm just not good with technology, and I had like I think my phone was broken that weekend or something. So they were like ringing me all day, being like, "Where are you for your first day?" And then I came in on I think it was like I read the road as a Sunday was day 1, but it was Saturday or something like that. And I came in, they're like, "Where were you?" I was like, "I'm here. It's my first day at work."
This is why you don't hire musicians for retail jobs.
I worked at Millets and Blacks, and on my first day I was by the rucksacks, and someone was coming over and being like, "Oh, have you got any like 50 litre, 100 litre bags?" And I was like, "I don't think any of these bags are designed to hold water."
It says water resistant. I know that.
And it's just like it was a good reminder. I shouldn't be here. Like, I don't think I'm above it. I shouldn't be here.
No, I'm not good with the public.
I think my first job, I was like a teenager, and it was ironing chair covers for weddings, like that you put up for chairs. And I think I got paid like €6 an hour or something like that. And I only did like 2 hours every month. Yes, €12. Let's go.
It's like the amount of times, like sometimes I've done the door. I did the door at the windmill twice, because from where I lived at the time to get there, I was like, I'm spending more money getting there.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to do it though as well. Yeah. Sometimes just, if you can find it, it's hard. I find like I'm doing a bit this summer. I was working with doing a bit of like audio stuff, and I was like definitely sometimes losing money to work, but it's like sometimes. I'm not losing money, but not making money. Yeah.
And it's a mad thing to kind of like look at the mirror about and like actually try and reconcile, because a lot of it just doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it I feel like you do because you think that you should do it, and it's not helpful to anyone.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, although like my first job I was working, I don't know, was it my first job? I think so. I was working in a pub, like, I don't know why they were letting me. They were letting me like pour drinks and stuff. Actually, be a barman. I was like 15, but I didn't get to work for the whole summer. I just put all the money in a box and bought a guitar with it. So it was like that kind of stuff. Is still playing that, still rinsing that guitar.
What's something that's kind of like surprised you about the way that it works?
Oh,
where all the money goes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, that's got to be one of them.
To be fair, no, it is actually the business side is probably the only thing that surprised me, or like not surprised me, but is like something you kind of, I suppose you figure out as you kind of as you go, you find out about like how much people work. I don't know how many like people you need to work with, and where the whole infrastructure, I suppose, of live music or the music industry and stuff. That like was. I know. I was completely blind to it as someone who was a music fan or whatever, and just never thought about like how any of it operates or how it works.
I don't think they teach you this though in like at BIM or music business. I mean, maybe they do a bit. But
maybe in BIM and stuff. Yeah, coming from just learning music off my, word of mouth and watching YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, no, all that infrastructure around music is kind of.
I didn't know how many different jobs there was for. Yeah. I didn't know anything about it. Like we didn't go to music college or anything like that. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't know anything about the business side of it. I didn't even know what publishing was. Yeah. I was like, what's publishing?
Yeah.
I know, I feel bad. One of my friends asked me recently about, is it a band? He was like, like mechanical royalties and all that stuff. I was like, yeah. And he was like, what's the story there? I was like, yeah. I absolutely no. I remember I learned that whenever I found out about it, but I've forgotten again.
I mean, it is like, to think too much about the industry side of it does ruin the whole magic of Christmas.
Yeah, but you also have to know how it's done, so you don't get fucked over.
No, yeah, absolutely.
For sure, yeah, it's good to be knowledgeable about
you got to keep your head switched on as well. But then, I think as long as you trust people you're working with and you like know what you're doing when you get into it, then you can kind of just go like, right, we'll just remove that from my head now and just think about tunes again.
We've done some stuff with PRS, which is like a not-for-profit company, and it's how musicians get paid from like the live royalties and stuff. Have you educated yourself on that? I mean, doing set lists and filling in your set lists at gigs, that's one way you get paid, right?
Yeah.
We learned that out. Yeah, one time we got a nice payment from a support slot we did. What the hell is this? We got money. And this was like, I don't know, 2019, and I don't think we'd ever been, that was the first time we'd ever made any money off music, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And then before, everything was just going back into the pot, and it was just like, whoa, it was amazing.
Did that change things for you?
I bought a bass guitar, so I had my own bass, and that was a change. Yeah.
It does affect things when you're like, oh, okay, that worked.
Yeah.
It's funny though, like earning from touring and stuff. I think it is a thing at the minute where it's like, because we were writing or whatever for last year, and we haven't really toured that much this year. It's like, I feel like a band is only sustainable as long as they're on the road. Or you can only your income. Well, for us anyway. Maybe, I'm sure it's different for different people and different artists, different range of whatever scales. But yeah, for us it's like if we're gigging and actively gigging, it's like we can start to earn money, and if we stop, it's like that's the end of that. Yeah. So it's kind of a difficult thing to balance.
Yeah, I got to ask. Supporting The Cure is going to be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it is. Luckily, we've done it now. I think maybe around 7 times. Which is crazy, but it's always unreal, especially getting to watch them play as well. And their fans have always been nice to us. Like, I think maybe you hear about support slots where people are like, what the hell is this, you know? Maybe aren't as welcoming to the music, but their fans are have been really nice to us.
Yeah, I think they're really welcoming, are really open to I think it's as well, maybe I'm just adding 2 and 2 together, but I think because Robert Smith is so like involved with like curating his lineups and stuff that or people he plays with, and he really like, I'm not just speaking about us, but like bands who he puts on bills and stuff, he like really gets behind and stuff. So I think their fans are like receptive to that. They're like, you know, they care about, you know, the band cares about the support band, so, right? Which is cool. And I think that's like, I love that, and I think that is more of that is like, the more of that, the better in music. I think people actually invest in each other.
It's actually like playing gigs is hard, and then like and touring and stuff is hard, especially like I can't imagine it at that level, but then to actually care so much about the support bands while you're trying to do your own stuff as well it's a lot. Like,
he seems like such a sweetheart. I mean, that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is like an excellent video, but that's just like that's just him being like a normal grumpy old man. Like, that's great.
No, he's lovely. Yeah, he is a sweetheart, definitely. Yeah, and yeah, just like it is very inspiring seeing how much he and they as a band care about their like fans and their music and like the whole thing. It's like they're just dedicated to it, and like they like absolutely love it, which is like maybe goes without saying, but like you can imagine someone who's been playing music for 40 years be a bit jaded or just going to be dialing it in or something, but like it's not the case at all. It's like couldn't be further from that. So
that new record, like, it feels like it has momentum, doesn't it?
Brilliant, yeah. I love it. Yeah, we got to see them in the Troxy playing that actually in London.
Same. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, it's class, isn't it?
Fucking, do you see how many celebrities were there? It's like Boy George was there, like Billy Joe Armstrong was over there. It's like it's madness.
It was weird. Yeah,
people there. Yeah,
I know, it's weird.
Pedro Pascal as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
It was funny as well. Just the most Cure goth thing ever was just having the intro. Like it was just rain. When we came in the venue, it was just like the pre-show music was just like the sound of rain for like half an hour. I was like, this is so sick. Yeah.
I did a thing where I was getting a beer, speaking with a friend, and maybe like gesticulating with my arms a little bit, and turned around. You know, you're in a busy place. In my defense, you turn around. You've got a blind spot.
Yeah.
I just like banged into Matthew Horn from Gavin and Stacey.
Oh no!
Gavin from Gavin. He just gave me the dirtiest look. And I haven't seen him the next week at another gig. And like I was walking in his direction, he just like moved to the side. I was like, burn.
That's the tall man.
It's the tall man thing.
Many times I've elbowed people directly in the face at a gig just by like turning around like someone. Yeah, it's bad. I don't have much spatial awareness of my limbs though, so it's maybe down to me.
It's because you can't see people below you.
Yeah, especially when it's dark. Because if it's dark, you can't really see everything. You can't see everything.
It's tough. It's tough out here.
When you're smaller, what have you got like? What's the best thing to do if you're smaller? If you're at a gig, I mean, so many gigs I'll go to with friends or my partner who's quite small, and it's just like go down to their level and you just can't see anything.
You just can't see. If you just accept that, it's fine. I mean, I'm not the type to go to the front. I did that once or once or twice. It wasn't for me. I didn't really enjoy being thrown around the place, but I think like
bring a little stool.
Or like, you know, some venues have seats up the top. I would do that maybe because being at the front's not that important to me really.
I feel like the older we get, the further we go back.
COVID ruined my desire for standing completely because in Ireland the pubs were open, but you had to sit down, and like you had to have a table of like 6 or something like that.
And food, right?
€9 meal. So the meal, it was like it had to cost €9. It's like so weird.
arbitrary.
No wonder everyone lost their marbles. Like, but it's like you had to sit down, and then you couldn't just stand in the pub. So you're not like, I don't know. I just like I just want to sit down all the time now.
Hey, good to chat. Thank you. The record is excellent, and I can't wait to see it at another cool venue.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Usually end with a good like work fuck up story, but I feel like we got into that in and amongst that. Do you have any like good memorable work gaffes? And it can go into like the music work as well.
Oh man, there's too many.
Ever driven to the wrong town in the middle of Europe?
We once got caught in a loop in Italy.
Yeah, there was like roadworks going on.
There was roadworks going on where the loop took 1 hour, and we did it 3 times, and we just kept ending up in the back, and we were so tired. And then you had to freewheel down a hill.
Yeah, we ran out of petrol in the height of Italian mountains, so it was like, and then we were like, after doing this loop for 3 or 4 hours, we were like, sorry, I just jumped over your story, but yeah, we were like, let's turn off. I was like, the petrol light's been on for like an hour. I was like, I need to turn off the engines. We drove up, before the petrol went out, we were like, let's find a garage. So we put in garage into the Google Maps at like 4 a.m, drove up this massive hill, getting smaller and smaller, getting into just like almost a dirt road and a wall beside us. Got to the top, it was like a closed mechanics garage. We're like, so we had to just like do like a 3-pointer on this tiny hill mountain road, and then freewheel the whole way back down into the town.
Yeah,
like just freewheeling like back roads.
Backwards
to start with, yeah. And then we went down and eventually got to a petrol station, and then we got to the gig the next day.
Safe touring, Ma'am, it's safe, I swear.
It's of all the skills that you develop, as side effects of being in a band, driving a big van very close to wall. That's a good one.
I'm foregoing my license until we quit.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. Well, no, I have my provisional, but I just haven't the time to do it yet. But I need to do it. I'm going to do it next year.
I think you're on the right path.
I'm going to do it next year, but I'm not going to get a license for vans, if that's a thing.
And last question, when I spoke to Mary Wallop at the start of the year, they said something that's just stuck with me. And when I tell people about this show, I kind of quote this a lot. One of the brothers said, life's so shit right now that you might as well try and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that really resonated with me. I don't know, I think of like our parents, and obviously everyone's different lives personally, but like my folks were like, for them, they would get to 16 and just work. And just like, it's not the same for us now, is it? Because we got a lot less to work for than our parents had.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Yeah.
No, I'd agree with that.
But yeah, definitely. I think it's just, and not in a way that's like, just do something like switch off or whatever, but
do something cool.
Yeah. I mean, it is, you kind of have to go that, you have to do it yourself, and you have to find some way of doing it, something to give you some joy. Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to regret being in a band. Like, being in a band is always like a great way to spend your time, isn't it?
Like the luckiest thing ever as well, to be able to continue doing it. And like,
it's all about, it's like the experience as well of doing it and getting to travel, and it's such a rare experience. Mm-hmm. And to be able to do it is class, so it's good to try and enjoy it while you can.
It's also the most mad, like, I think just music in general is the most mad, like, it's like, just like creating stuff out of, creating music that doesn't exist until you create it is kind of like this crazy magic thing. That's like, it's like being able to actually spend, like being able to not afford financially, but afford yourself the time to do that and actually like get into that is like such a, I don't know, like,
and to put something in the world that will be there longer than you is cool as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think sometimes the best reason to do something is no reason at all, just because you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think like that's what I find most people who are mad into music are like, or as in who make music, are just people who are so into it. They're like, well, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know why, but it's like this is like you
haven't figured out anything else yet, so just keep doing this.
Cheers for watching. This is 101 Part-Time Jobs. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and all podcast apps. We've done interviews with Aurora, Kneecap, Idols, Laura Maybury of Churches, and loads more. So tap into 101 Part-Time Jobs on Spotify, Apple, and all podcast apps. Welcome along to 101 Part-Time Jobs. Every single one of our episodes is available ad-free at our Patreon, patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. I know that there are all these messages trying to sell you things that you may or may not want. So for £4 a month, that's around $5.50 US, you can get over 450 of our episodes and every single one in the future, featuring all the brilliant guests that we have week in, week out, completely ad-free. You can head to patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs, get all your episodes bother free, and you support us directly. Cheers.